So I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, and we're going to be taking a look at 5 documentaries that you have to watch. These documentaries aren't in any particular order, they're just in the order I happen to write them down in. So there's no, this is the best documentary that you have to watch or anything like that. These are just 5 random documentaries that I think you should watch because I've watched them and they are amazing. So let's start off on a light note because some of these do get a little bit heavy. The lightest one here being Elmo. As you can probably guess by the title and the picture, it's about Elmo and the puppeteer behind Elmo. It was very interesting to watch where Elmo started. When Elmo was first designed way back in the day, Elmo was voiced very differently to the way everyone knows Elmo to be now. So it was very interesting. It is undoubtedly the biggest Sesame Street character now. It's just absolute. Elmo is just huge. So there's a spin-off show, Elmo's World, I think, and Elmo's, definitely the highest selling product that they have. So they've done very well in taking Elmo from where it started to where it is now. So that was very interesting to watch.
Hi, this is Kevin Clash from Sesame Street. How are you?
Kevin is most comfortable when he is Elmo.
Thank you for coming. Kiss, 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 kiss. Elmo's happy now.
Number 2 on our list, we have got, this one's a little bit darker, a bit heavier, 14 Days in May. This follows one bloke who is incarcerated on death row, and it's 2 weeks before his execution date. 14 Days in May follows this one bloke who has been convicted of murder and rape, and it's really fascinating. It's an older one, so it's not the same video quality that you would expect from a modern documentary, but it is brilliant. It's amazing. I highly recommend 14 Days in May.
The funny thing is, I think about a future. Now that might seem kind of crazy. Now what future could I possibly have in knowing that I might supposedly be executed in the next 2 weeks?
Number 3 on our list is somewhere in the middle ground. It's a little bit more lighthearted. This is called Exit Through the Gift Shop. And this one, it's a Banksy movie. If you don't know Banksy, hold on. I happen to have a Banksy calendar here. Banksy, a very well-known street artist. And this, which I thought was just going to be purely about Banksy, not quite as much about him. He's in it. He plays a very large role in the story, but I thought it just would have followed him around. It's a very interesting look at the world of street art, and I'm not talking about tagging and stuff like that. I'm talking real street art, something that has a message to it. So, Exit Through the Gift Shop. I don't want to give away too much. I just watch it.
I always used to encourage everyone I met to make art. I used to think everyone should do it. I don't really do that so much anymore.
Now to completely and utterly change the documentaries, An Honest Liar, about the magnificent Randy. James Randi, a magician from back in the day, wanted to outdo Houdini. Everyone knows Houdini. Randy wanted to, if Houdini was in a straitjacket, could get out of it, Randy wanted to do it quicker. Houdini was locked away in a coffin. Randy wanted to stay in there longer. Anything Houdini did, Randy wanted to do it bigger and better. And he was absolutely brilliant back in his day. And Randy kind of went down the same path that Houdini did, in as he progressed through his career, ended up moving more towards trying to expose the frauds that are in that kind of an industry. So you're looking at all of your psychics, people that can talk to the dead, and basically Randy offered up, I think the offer is still standing, of $1 million to anyone that actually has legitimate psychic abilities and can prove it under their conditions.
Peter Popoff is a very dangerous man.
In the name of Jesus!
Popoff just seemed to be able to hear the voice of God and know all about people.
John 3784.
We wondered how he got the information.
I dressed as a security guard.
I appeared in disguise.
Randy is trying to say this is a big hoax.
Duh.
Number 5 on our list. How can you go past Louis Theroux? Possibly one of the most famous documentary filmmakers at the moment. Basically anything by Louis Theroux could have made it onto this list. I've decided to go with his 2016 movie, My Scientology Movie. It's very, very interesting to get an inside look. He managed to get someone who was extremely high up in the ranks of Scientology to help him out with this movie. I'm not sure exactly how he managed it, but it definitely gives you a very interesting look into the mind of someone in Scientology. I recommend that to anyone. If you're into religion and cults, if you're just into looking at weird people get angry, because he gets very angry. Not Louis. Louis doesn't. I don't think Louis could ever actually get angry. I feel like he's one of those people that just physically can't get angry. But the bloke that he gets, his name escapes me now, gets quite irate. It's very, very interesting look. So definitely check out My Scientology Movie.
You need to leave.
How you doing, Mr. Squirrel?
You guys are trespassing.
Got anything to say?
It's okay, we have a permit.
Why are you here?
He's right behind us now.
We have their attention.
Why are they doing this?
Bonus one, number 6. This is probably the single saddest documentary that I've ever watched. If you're an even like a little bit of an emotional person, have a box of tissues there with you. Dear Zachary, probably the heaviest film, documentary, Hollywood, like a scripted movie, anything. It's probably the heaviest thing you will ever watch. It's brilliant. It's absolutely amazing. But yeah, Dear Zachary, I think it's the heaviest movie that I've ever seen. I highly recommend it to anyone and everyone to watch it at least once. It's about a guy, his best friend Andrew had a kid, and then Andrew was murdered by his wife who he had the kid with, and so this guy decides to make this documentary and get interviews with people that knew Andrew, a sort of this is who your dad was to the kid. It's a very emotional movie, extremely heavy, but if there's anything that you watch in this list, that's the one that I suggest the most that you have to watch.
Do you know who that is?
Andrew. Why did Andrew get killed?
I'm an only child, and I'll get around to why this is of any importance whatsoever.
When I had to say, was my son murdered? And take that into your soul. And then to know how cold-bloodedly he was murdered.
Thank you for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow.